What?
Okay.
That was my attempt at sounding like Busta Rhymes. Every time I come around, I gotta get it, then 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 when I get it, I got it.
He got it.
Yep, yep.
Busta. Welcome back. You fuckface.
Jeez.
To another episode of Camp Oddwood. Thanks for coming back. Here's Zach, Alex.
Hello.
What's up, Camp Odd Squad Wads? What up, Squad Nogs? Odd Squadians? How you doing? You boys out here dressed like a fucking extra character on SNK versus Capcom. You know? Out here. Yeet. Yeet. What's Gucci?
He's an extra character from King of Fighters.
Your outfit is Gucci.
Yeah, thank you. I'm out here, full overalled. Extra commando.
Are you really going commando under there?
Oh, hell no. You'd see all kinds of junk. I actually even have, shorts because it's kind of uncomfortable, just underwear. That's just...
In those overalls?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a lot of space. I don't know. I'm just not used to that amount of space because I wore tight pants for so long. So I need shorts. My testicles need something close and nearby.
Just boxer briefs, man.
I got boxer briefs. I have boxer briefs, but it's still not enough. It just felt like my thigh hairs were rubbing on the material in a weird way. So I needed something
more compression.
Needed a barrier between the fabrics.
Yeah, I needed something in between, something familiar to my skin.
You're just trying to avoid chafing, huh?
I was getting that same weird feeling that I used to get when I was a kid, when I was on the Little League basketball team, and I would wear those.
Would touch your thighs.
All right, okay, Henry, and or when I would wear those, the mesh jersey without a t-shirt underneath, and then it would rub my nipples in a weird way that just would make me feel weird and uncomfortable, and I couldn't perform.
Makes sense.
So I was one of those t-shirt jersey kids, and that was the same sensation I got wearing these without shorts.
Nice.
I think you guys have both coaxed me into revealing a little bit more of myself that I intended on, and now I feel vulnerable and uncomfortable, so I'm gonna go.
Well, it's better than you telling us about your basketball coach touching your thighs.
Henry.
But
my basketball coach was my dad.
Oh, and he definitely touched your thighs.
Exactly.
But in that crushing my knee for fucking up cutaway.
Sit down. Yeah. You're in the middle of the court.
Yeah. Well, he would do the claw, and then he'd squeeze my shit, and I'd be like, oh my god, his hands are so strong. He's a farmer.
Child abuse.
Yeah.
My dad has farm strength.
Is that farmer bod?
Yeah. So he squeezed the shit out of me.
Cool.
My knee. But I don't know. I had to push that so hard. I don't know.
I don't know.
My childhood has come back.
Whenever I'd wear jerseys without a shirt on, this was in high school, my chest hair and nipple hairs would start poking out. So it would kind of hold the jersey in place.
Like Velcro?
Almost like Velcro, but it wouldn't be uncomfortable. It was like a passive Velcro. And then it would just stop it from rubbing my nipples in that way. In an arousing way.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Yes. That's what you were feeling as a child. And that's why you're uncomfortable with it. That's why you would wear a shirt.
Because it was arousing?
Yes.
Oh, God. I get very distracted easily.
Aggressive. No, we know that. Because remember that one that's the only reason you last so long in bed. Because you're like, oh man, this is pretty nice molding. Oh, wait, I wonder where she got that TV. Did she get that from Fry's? She must have got a good deal on that.
You're just like,
and they're just like,
man,
oh my god, you have such great
I caught
stamina.
a trout. I got 2 fucking trouts.
Yeah, no. If I was doing that, I wouldn't last that long.
Yeah, yeah. If he was
thinking about trout fishing.
That's when you want to finish.
Yeah. You're like, oh, she's like, oh, I think I'm done. And then you're like, oh yeah,
Trout.
yeah.
I love trout.
Fuck
Yeah.
high five.
Good hustle.
Good work. I really like the hustle. Nice
Team
job.
effort.
Yep. Just don't get it in my hair.
I guess we're revealing stuff about ourselves.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I think about, you know what I think about? I think about Asian women doing handstands.
What?
I'm like, whoa, that was a really good handstand. Oh, whoa.
That's some upper body strength.
Yes. We're talking about when we're taking shits, right?
In a handstand?
I use a squatty potty myself.
Oh.
I'm so confused now.
No, I mean,
If you ever took a shit while doing a handstand, it would just fall right on your head.
Yeah.
that's if you do it wrong, first of all, because you have to have it like the sphincter strength to shoot it back in an arc.
It depends on
If you
what
don't have enough
ate and the density of your turds.
And the weakness of your anus. Because you let it roll down your back.
Because you're also fighting gravity.
Yeah, but you have to do it like not like a little cannonball.
And your core is being worked like too much to where it could try and focus on like squeezing out a shit that like that.
That's why you're supposed to do CrossFit before you attempt this.
Well, no, because to work as a counterbalance, if you are arching your back that much, you have to kind of equally tilt your head back to get that.
Well, you're getting shit on your ponytail.
We're really dissecting this handstand pooping, huh?
Yeah, what else are we supposed to do with our time? We are farmers. Dun 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 dun.
We've got some sick friends with a lot of time on their hands.
I'm so confused.
It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, I'm hungover. I don't have the mental capacity to understand any of this.
So now, okay, so I think we should mention your boy Enrique Iglesias turned 31 this week.
Hey, happy birthday.
So we celebrated his birthday yesterday.
We're all.
It was like horns, but it sounded like the symphony thing or the organ. You're 31. Right.
Yeah, I got vaccinated too, so it's that plus drinking like 10 White Claws.
So you're feeling a little hungover?
Not hungover, just a little tired.
Sleepy.
Are you noticing? Do you feel as though you've kind of started to come into a point where your bounce back from alcohol is not as good as it used to be?
Is that just for you? Because you've mentioned that a couple times.
Well, because we did it off camera and we're doing it on camera.
Okay.
All right? No,
I don't feel any different.
well, good for you.
I don't feel any different.
Well,
It depends on like if
okay,
I eat.
you're good.
or
Well,
not.
you're healthier now though, so your blood is clean.
Who knows?
No, I think I'm just more tired in general.
Oh, so life is just worse.
Yes.
All right, just overall.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Yes.
I feel like I had worse hangovers when I was younger.
Same.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
would
mean-
drink more sugary things.
Yeah.
Well, but I think now, at least for me, I think now probably it's because you don't want to be hungover, so then you take the precautions. You're seasoned enough to, even when you're pretty drunk, to still take the precautions to not get hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I don't know, I've always been kind of a responsible drunk. And then also if I do get drunk to the point where I throw up, I don't feel bad because I threw up all the alcohol. And I just like
and the
hydrate.
pizza.
I've always been pretty good at hydrating and or eating, or even like taking vitamins, like a multivitamin.
Yeah. Well, in honor of Henry,
Unless I did
turning-
cocaine, then I'd just drink way too much.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's like no amount of like food or water that could kind of counteract that the next day. You're just kind of
shit out of luck.
it feels like you got hit in the head with a hammer.
Well, in honor of
There's a bad
Henry
bounce back.
turning.
Cocaine kids.
So, in honor of Henry turning the age he's turned,
31.
31,
31.
we're going to let's go do a rotation of Henry highlights.
Like, okay.
So,
Example. You go first.
example.
Yeah.
When we were at Hustle House and Henry casually announced to myself or to the homie group, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go throw up," and then he just beelines it out of Hustle House into the parking lot, and he's dressed like an English teacher with his cardigan and boat shoes, and then just goes, "Bah!" And then just like majestically vomits an arc of perfectly pizza vomit. I don't actually remember what you ate prior to the vomit, but it was so majestic that he got a standing ovation from the ladies across the way.
I do remember that, actually.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, he goes, napkins. And then I just run back in to grab some napkins.
I was like, well, I feel much better. You're like, oh my god, he didn't get a drop on himself.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, not even on your cheeks. It was really good.
You're like, huh,
That's funny.
can't even be mad at that.
Yeah. It's so graceful. So polite.
Yeah.
You know, like thinking
Napkin,
back,
please.
some poor dude, maybe Beetlejuice or like Reggie, somebody at the end of the night, or maybe just like the next day would come over and like have to hose the place down. Because there was just so much just puke outside of that place.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of young adults just partying and puking, doing drugs, watching
Pissing.
bands, fighting,
Pissing.
pissing.
Shit.
Well, we had a bathroom.
Yeah. But when you have that many people, you're
With
still bound to
one
get-
one toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember very quickly that bathroom turned into like the bathroom at the smell.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's because drunk people don't have toilet etiquette.
Drunk young people.
Yeah, and I remember there were points in time where we would have to like knock on the door a bunch because people are in there doing drugs. There were like multiple people in there, like
Yeah.
either having sex or doing something, and then we'd have to like kick them out.
Just do the drugs in front of everybody. Nobody cared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why do you have
yeah.
to go into the bathroom? It's Hustle House. Do your drugs.
Yeah. Or go to Norm's.
it's right down the street. Yeah,
Go to Norm's and do your drugs.
Yeah. And then come back.
we'd go to Norm's a lot back then, just as an after.
Yeah, because everybody was trying to soak up the alcohol with pancakes and
To
tuna
keep
melts.
reminiscing about Hustle House.
I like pancakes and
Yeah.
Zach, what's your
not together.
Oh, yeah, okay.
what's your Henry fact? Or
What's my
Henry
Henry
Facts
thing?
is it?
Henry facts?
Well, if we're going based off of drinking and throwing up, back in the day when you were in the bathtub, I forget whose house it was. Was it Otis's? Yeah, it was Otis's. And that wasn't the highlight that I remember the most. I remember more you drinking that fucking giant bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you like destroyed it like a man. I mean, you ended up in the bathtub throwing up, but
You know what? That wasn't even what put me over the edge.
no. What
No,
was it?
because after I finished that, I was, just like walking around, just mingling, having a good time.
Yeah.
And then people kept noticing, oh, you don't have a drink in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Here. And I was like, you're right, I don't have a drink in my hands. And then Evelyn, she had like one of those little club can drinks, and it was a Manhattan. And I was like, oh, this is gross. Is that why you're giving it to me? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And then that's all I remember for a while. And apparently I jumped off the roof into the pool.
Yeah, you did jump off the roof into the pool. A lot of people were doing that too, but...
And I also threw up in the bushes.
Yeah, you threw up a lot that night.
And then I kind of came to when I made it to the bathroom. Apparently I did more shit. I don't remember. And I was trying to throw up in the tub, or the toilet, and then Roland comes in. He goes, oh, man, you're throwing up. You should jump in the bathtub. I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm all wet. I guess I jumped into the pool. And I start throwing up into the tub, and Roland's going pee in the toilet. You're like, oh, wow, you really are throwing up.
You just needed
to use the bathroom. He turned on the shower for me.
And then I
felt much better.
And then you were trying to push your vomit into the
drain. I left no evidence. It was great. It was mostly liquid.
Yeah. Yep.
And since the shower was on, it all washed away. And I used shampoo and body wash.
On the vomit?
Yeah, you were pretty clean.
No, I took a shower. I was like, I'm in here already.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Hey, that makes sense.
Really refreshed me. Had a beer afterwards.
And you woke up the next day feeling pretty good.
No, I felt terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I remember that was like the first time I ever woke up with like a clear hangover. And I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible.
All right, I have another Henry highlight. It was the bottom of the ninth.
This is the bottom of the ninth. Baseball right now?
The bottom of the ninth inning in volleyball.
Okay.
Or what do they call it? The is the third?
The third set?
Set?
The third set?
Set or match?
Match.
It was like the fifth match of the game because it's best out of 5.
It was the fifth match of the game. They had 2. The other team had 2. They're playing El Camino. They had 2 games. Birmingham had 2 games. Henry's on Birmingham, by the way. And El Camino has 2 of the tallest players in the front. They're staring Henry down. They're both 6'6". Henry's just a measly 6'4". He looks at them dead in their eyes. And then he pulls his jersey away from his chest hair. Unvelcros it. So he can be a little extra aerodynamic. He looks at John because John just subbed in for the guy who should have been playing. What? Because he injured his pinky toe when he landed. He looks back at Anthony. He gives him a nod. The game starts. It's for the last point. They hit it. It gets served. It's in the air. It's coming right at Henry. He moves his head because it's too close. The dude behind him hits it up in the air, pops it straight in the air. Oh, shit. And then somebody, I don't know the guy's name, sets it. Henry smacks it down. Both the 6'6" dudes are like, boop, and they block it. It comes back. Henry's like, oh, no. But then he shoots that foot out. He kicks it. It comes back up. The center dude again smacks it back up. And Henry, bam, smacks it back down. But then the libero on the other team is like, no. And then he catches it. It goes back up in the air. But then it comes directly over to Birmingham. And then Henry just slams it down. It hits 6'6" dude in the eye. And it hits the other dude in the eye because it bounces. And then it hits the floor. And then Henry's like, in your fucking face. And then they won the game.
The crowd goes
wild. Henry. And then John was like, Henry, that was dope. And then somebody else on the team was like, John, you didn't do anything. And Henry's like, it's all right, man. Next game. And then John was like, no, that was the last game of the season. We won the championship. And then they were so quick they just brought the trophies already engraved with Birmingham. And then they gave them to everybody on your team. But then you got to hold whatever the big one is that they put in the case. And you're like, yeah.
We actually lost to El Camino. and they went on to play for the championships against what was it, Pacific Palisades. And then Pacific Palisades. Or wait, did El Camino win? I forget. But yeah.
Well,
I have dug a ball with my foot though.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't.
Like I've been blocked before and then I've kicked it up.
Oh, nice. See?
Stuff like that happens a lot.
Yeah, so
So you weren't
He's captured.
just making it up.
He captured some moments. You could have said John is the one that passed that first serve though.
But I really wanted him to have not done anything. No, it's just, yeah, you could.
Jesus.
That was John. Yeah, that was John, not the stranger that I didn't know.
Where John could have served it.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
John does kind of remind me of the pinch server from Haikyuu.
Which
Or
one?
John in high school. Now he's like kind of
Yamaguchi?
diesel. What?
Yamaguchi?
Yeah, Yamaguchi.
Interesting.
Yamagooch.
Yeah.
Yamaguchi.
But yeah, that was my fake highlight of Henry. I'm curious. I was thinking about this kind of the other day. Like different conspiracy theories, and I'm curious on which ones you actually believe. Because there are so many of them. It's conspiracy theories or even like fan theories and shit. Because I watched this Watch Mojo video about like fan theories on the endings of certain shows like Lost or Quantum Leap.
Mojo Jojo. Back to Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. Wait, what was the Mojo Jojo theory?
No, you said Mojo.
Okay.
I thought you were just shortening his name.
No.
What about the other fan theory about Grease? The movie with John Travolta?
That they're all dead?
Yeah, that it's just...
Or
that
she's dead?
She died, and the whole movie is just like a dream that she's having as she's dying.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I've heard that
because
too.
She was drowning.
Danny Zuko's actually...
Her, like, angel.
Or,
Guidance.
or no, like they actually did meet at the beach or whatever in Australia that summer. But that day at the beach, she drowned, and he's the one that like tries to save her, but he didn't actually save her. But that's why they end up together at the end in the car, and it flies off,
flying into
into
sky.
heaven.
And how do you explain Grease 2?
Neither of them are in it.
So it's true.
So it's true.
Could be, yeah. Could be.
What's another one?
There's a Titanic fan theory
Which
that the actual historical event never happened. And that boat is not even fucking real.
what? Is that real? Is that a real theory?
No.
Oh,
That'd be pretty funny. It's like, no, James Cameron found it in a submersible.
Oh no,
there's
it's the one
pictures
where
of it.
Jack is a time traveler.
which
So the-
one? What? How
Oh,
does
I've
that
heard that.
Yeah,
How does
that-
that one
yeah.
go?
The time
The
travel.
fan theory that Jack is actually a time traveler.
Okay.
And then, okay, so I have it actually right here. So, according to a popular fan theory, Jack is actually from the future and only boards the Titanic to save Rose's life, and there's plenty of evidence to prove it. The most obvious clue is that Jack mentions Lake Wissahickon as a lake he once fished in, as well as a roller coaster at Santa Monica Pier. Except that both of these sites didn't exist until years later after the Titanic sank in 1912.
That's a weird theory because why would he go back in time just to save one woman
And die.
and die? I'd be like, no.
I don't know.
dude.
Maybe he saw a picture of her on the list of victims of the Titanic disaster, and then he's like, "Yo, she is fucking hot."
I'm gonna sacrifice my life for like one.
Well, he didn't know he was gonna die. He was just like, "Oh, I want to get down with her? I don't know.
You would
He's like, I'm gonna
if you're
draw
going
them
back in
boobs.
time to save somebody's life because of a fucking boat accident. There's a high chance you're gonna die as well.
It's a movie.
Well,
No, I'm
Just-
just, no, yeah, no. I think, but
that's weird.
I think he's a time traveler, and he did it. It was poor judgment.
very poor decision making. So okay.
Oh,
Is there a weird flare?
Yeah, there's like a flare,
Uh-oh.
and it looks like I'm Cable or Kano or any other character that has one eye a different color, or like a cyborg guy. I think it looks.
do you have to
dope.
move one of those
I have
things?
to
or-
move one of those lights.
Cable?
Is that better?
Oh yeah, much.
Sweet.
All right. Oh, here's one I didn't know.
No, I'm not a superhero.
Here's a fan theory: the Joker is an Iraq War veteran.
Which
from,
Joker?
Or from The Dark Knight.
Oh. Is an Iraq war veteran?
Yeah.
What's the theory state?
Many Batman fans have speculated about the Joker's origin story, but no theory has been as compelling as the one that suggests that the villain was a former soldier in the Iraq War who is suffering from PTSD. This not only explains his facial scarring and his extensive knowledge of explosives and firearms, but also suggests a deeper insight into his madness and tortured psyche. In one scene, for example, the Joker mentions rather bitterly in one scene that no one would bat an eye if a truckload of soldiers got blown up. Could it be that his disgust stems from his status as a disgruntled and mentally unbalanced war veteran?
I don't know. I find that one hard to wrap my head around.
Oh, here's one. Here's a fan theory that Zach doesn't believe in shit.
I'm just...
Look for a Harry Potter one. That might be interesting.
Oh, that Dumbledore is gay?
We already knew that.
That's not a fan theory. That's just real life. Ferris Bueller. I remember this. I know this one.
I've heard the Ferris Bueller one too.
Ferris is a figment of Cameron's imagination.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
Yeah.
There's some Toy Story ones also, right?
Oh, yeah. That they're actually the souls of all the people that Andy's parents have murdered or sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That was dark.
Yeah. Do you know any fan theories, Zach?
Not off the top of my head.
Of course not. Willy Wonka.
Oh, so I guess Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka.
Oh, that they're. Oh, yeah.
Like
That's a good one.
the dude that's running the train is the little kid.
Yeah. Charlie.
Charlie. He's Charlie.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
I
Yeah,
heard
the
that
fan
one.
theory
I like that one.
that Charlie is actually the one who created Snowpiercer,
The train.
the train, with the Willy Wonka technology.
That would explain a lot of like the weird ass backwards like type of things that kind of happen
Yeah.
in that. That's kind of a fun one, but
Wait, there's another
you need to
one.
put
that-
a little child inside here to work this whole thing. We used to have Oompa Loompas doing it, but now we have to put children in here because we killed all the Oompa Loompas in the war.
Wait, there's another.
Half of them just drowned themselves in the chocolate river.
Oh God.
There's another one that's a crossover with Willy Wonka. What was that one?
Oh, Red Dawn.
Red Dawn is a.
With the Wolverines.
Oompa Loompas were the one that were flying that helicopter.
Okay, no.
Oompa Loompas are Russian all along.
Oh, here's one. Inception. Is Cobb's real totem was his wedding ring.
Oh, like his wedding ring.
His
Like-
wedding ring was his actual real totem.
Okay.
So
That's
the much debated ending of Inception revolves around the spinning top that Cobb used as a totem, an object that dreamers use to distinguish between reality and dreams. But What if Cobb's totem wasn't the top at all? Instead of the top, which actually originally belonged to his late wife, one fan theory suggests that Cobb's true totem is actually his wedding ring. After all, he's seen wearing the ring in every sequence in which he's a dream. In which he's a dream.
So,
But not when he's awake. This would certainly solve the movie's biggest mystery of whether Cobb is awake at the ending. He is, it says in parentheses, as his wedding ring is clearly absent in the very last scene.
So he was awake.
So according to this, the fan theory is that every time he was asleep, he had the ring.
He had the ring on.
When
but
he was
every
awake,
time-
he didn't. At the end of the movie, he didn't have it. And if that's the real totem, then he was awake.
That doesn't explain where his totem is in reality, though.
Pocket.
In his pocket? I guess it would.
I don't know.
It's a weird place to put a wedding ring.
Well, if your person you're married to is dead, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
Autos.
last theory. The Shining. The movie is about faking the moon landing.
Elaborate, please.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
All right.
Yeah, it makes 0 sense.
This one might be the most out of this world theory yet.
No pun intended.
Oh, it says right here, pun intended. According to some conspiracy theorists, The Shining is Kubrick's secret confession for working with the government to stage the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969. Consider the evidence. The film changes the haunted room's number to 237, originally 217 in the novel. Because the average distance from the Earth to the moon is 237,000 miles, it's now known to be 238,900 miles, and also changes the book's single slain child into those creepy twins as a nod to NASA's Gemini program. And even more overt detail from that same scene, Danny's sweater features a rocket labeled Apollo 11.
That makes no sense to me. It's the director's way of
Subtly
saying
nodding and saying that he helped with
the moon
fake-
landing
Well, the
by
thing-
putting a kid in a sweater with
Kind
a
of
rocket on it.
an issue with a lot of just general conspiracy theories is the idea that people are so arrogant. People who are doing something so in the shadows are so arrogant that they need to put clues to basically point out that, yo, I did do it, but you don't know. Like, why does anybody need to do that?
Yeah.
It's like, if it's really a secret, you would just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you would not need to put clues anywhere about it.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad one because that's enough to where the U.S. government wouldn't let that film see the light of day.
Yeah.
Especially if they worked with him in the past. He'd be underneath like a microscope every single film he's made after that.
They would review it twice.
And then they would shut down the movie or even just kill Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, that's what I
maybe
would have
that's
done.
why he's dead.
I would have done that.
Here, okay. Actually, this will be the last one because this one's kind of interesting. Dorothy is the Wicked Witch of the East. From
That's
Wizard of
a
Oz.
paradox shit right there.
The
Yeah.
one that dies in the beginning?
So she
Yeah.
kills herself?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you can't really say she kills herself. The house,
Or maybe not. Or so. Okay.
the house falls on her.
What if Dorothy's time in Oz wasn't a dream at all, but an alternate reality based on the fact that nearly every major figure Dorothy meets in Oz has a counterpart in her real life from Kansas? One wild fan theory suggests that Dorothy also has a parallel counterpart in the alternate reality, and it's none other than the Wicked Witch of the East.
Interesting.
Just think about how we never see the face of the Wicked Witch of the East before she conveniently gets crushed by Dorothy's house, and how strangely the only thing we know about her is that she and Dorothy have the same shoe size. Coincidence? Many fans certainly don't think so. Have you ever met two women with the same shoe size?
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
But has
of course we
one
don't see the
woman
witch's
crushed
fit.
another woman with their house
No.
and had the same shoe size?
This theory is slightly better than the lost one.
Yeah, but it's still pretty ridiculous. Of course we don't see her face. There's a house on it.
Because she was crushed.
And she stole her shoes.
We should talk about it.
Let's not forget that she's a shoe thief.
Well, actually, didn't the shoes disappear from the witch's feet and just magically appear on Dorothy's?
Yes.
So she's not a shoe thief. The
Yeah.
I
shoes.
already heard.
You didn't see the behind the scenes.
Fan theory.
Fan theory.
It's like before anyone got there, she was all
Magic.
like, "Oh yeah, corpse's foot. Like yeah, these will fit."
This yellow brick road is fucking hard on my feet. I need better shoes.
I need some new fucking shoes. This bitch is dead.
Damn, these are some cool ass.
Yeah, she was from an
ruby shoes.
impoverished Kansas near the turn of the century. Still the wild days, man.
Wasn't it?
You get shoes off a dead body every other
I
day.
know, that's
What
true.
year was that? Like in the movie, like when she was before the tornado hit? Was it like during the Great Depression or something?
I feel like
Yeah,
it was.
19
yeah.
because the movie
the
was
Dust
in
Bowl or-
1939.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Times were tough.
That's why they called it the Great Depression.
Oh,
Everybody was
okay.
Depressed.
Fight Club, Edward Norton's character was actually Tyler Durden. That's a fan theory.
That's just the movie.
I haven't seen it. No, yeah. All right, cool.
Haven't seen it,
So those are
okay.
all the fucking fan theories that we're gonna go through right now. Here's a fan theory. Every time that we do this, fan theory for Camp Oddwood. Every time we do this show, we're all full of shit because, except for
yeah.
Zach because he poos in my house.
I took 2 shits before I got here.
Okay, I'm the only one who has bubble guts. So
I just had coffee.
fan theory. Fan
Call me
theory,
out like that.
yeah, but your coffee turns your croissant into shit very fast.
Okay.
Fan theory.
Fan theory. We'll leave it at a theory.
Yeah. A theory, the cryptocurrency.
How
The
many Ethereum?
cryptocurrency is cryptic. That's a triangle with an I. Illuminati. That means that all of us are different parts of the 5-star of Satan because we are part of the YouTubeanati podcasting. There's an Owen podcast, which is a circle. The circle circles around the 5 stars of the triangular pentagram, and that is the eye of the odd campanati.
I think you just made me retarded.
And that is the aim of this program.
No. Illuminati. Oddwood.
Okay.
Would it not? Oh shit! Oddwood Woody Harrelson is about environmental preservation. Therefore, he wants to destroy the universe but leave the globe untouched.
That was actually really decent slam poetry. The way that you were saying it was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. All right. So I guess just to keep it to the theme at hand, we're gonna do an over under, and the over under is gonna be conspiracy theories.
Okay.
No. Okay. It's
Jesus.
all right. Over under. But I think I'll still keep it to movies. So really, I'm just gonna find out if you give a fuck about movies.
Okay.
These movies.
Okay.
Over or underrated? Monsters Inc.
Underrated.
Underrated.
Under that was a good one.
Underrated.
I think it's underrated.
I think it
Underrated?
is grossly overrated. You want to know why?
I haven't watched it.
Please share your thoughts.
Because
It's on Disney Plus.
it's on
You
Disney
haven't seen
Plus.
Monsters, Inc.?
Underrated.
No, we should go into is Disney overrated?
Oh, is Disney
Yes.
overrated?
Is Disney overrated?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just buying
I'm
everything.
not
They're
a Disney
ruining
freak,
everything.
just
I love Mickey
everybody know.
Mouse. Shut the fuck up, guys.
Is
You know,
Disney
they
a cult? Yes.
own everything. There's a reason. There's a reason why they own everything, guys.
Disney's a cult, everybody.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Overrated.
See, we gotta take that mic away because you're gonna lose us all kinds of limbs.
I'm enjoying it.
You're fucking
think
with
it's
the money
fun.
now.
Yeah, not yet. You're turning our $0 from
Into
this
negative.
program to negative $0.
I don't agree with that.
The numbers speak for themselves.
We own
Zero is zero is
we
zero.
own Disney stock. We love Mickey Mouse.
I don't own any Disney stuff.
Anyway, that being said, how good was the Goofy movie?
Underrated.
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 That's underrated.
See?
That is an
one.
underrated movie.
Next one.
Frozen,
Ooh, my stomach.
overrated.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
The first one?
Yeah,
Underrated.
Jurassic
Underrated.
Park 3.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Jurassic Park 2.
Underrated. It's like kind of
I like
in the
Jeff
middle. I
Goldblum.
think. I liked it, but I was like, maybe we
I
should
don't
stop
remember
here.
it, honestly.
Really? That was the one with the what was the main dinosaur that was attacking everybody? It was the Spinosaurus?
No, I think it was still the
Raptor.
T-Rex, but they brought it into the city.
Oh
And then
yeah,
Jeff
that's
Goldblum
right.
had to like get it back on the boat because they had its baby,
Oh yeah,
and it was
that's
like trying to
right.
get back to its baby, and they had to like
Oh yeah,
put it on
Jeff
the back of a
Goldblum brought
car.
his daughter to the island and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I think that one
I think
was.
Vince Vaughn was in it too.
I like that one. He dies, doesn't he?
No, I think he lives. He was like the love interest for the daughter or something. I don't know. I forget.
Vince Vaughn was the love
Oh, wait, no,
interest for
Vince Vaughn was in the third
Goldblum's
one
daughter.
or the first one. I forget
Same age.
Wait, what the fuck?
where all the people were.
I don't even remember Vince Vaughn being in it.
Vince
The third
Vaughn was a
do.
love
like
interest
vacation
I think it was
thing,
for
right?
two.
one of them.
What?
The third one was like a vacation.
No, the third one. Yeah, it was a vacation, and the kid gets trapped on the island, and was surviving in that like gas tank truck thingy.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents hired what's his face to help them look for the kid, and then they find him, and that was the one with the Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
Because I remember specifically the scene where they finally reunite, and you can hear the GPS satellite phone go off, and it's because it ate the dude that was holding the phone, and it was standing right there, and they freaked out.
Oh yeah, the stepdad died, right?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
was eaten.
Oh yeah, and that was also the one where like the pterodactyls were dicks.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fan theory: the stepfather died because the director hated his stepfather.
Yeah.
That's actually an Alex theory.
Okay.
Next one.
The Warriors.
Overrated. I think it's a trash movie, and anybody who likes the character Ajax is also a trash human being.
You're wearing a red headband, fucker. You look more like a warrior right now than you ever did. You just need to throw on a vest.
No, I like that movie. I think it's very wildly
I love
underrated.
Underrated.
Very underrated.
Man, when the Russo brothers started teasing that they were gonna make like a series of it, it's like, what? That'd be so fucking cool.
Why do we need it though?
You're overrated.
Okay, Riverdale, overrated.
Oh shit!
It is
Wow.
overrated, but I'm just saying, why can't we make new stories? There's a million books out there.
No, but
have
that one
great
was
stories. Why
yo.
do we
If
need
we're
to make
gonna,
the same thing?
because if we're gonna
It wouldn't be
recycle
the
a
same
bunch of
thing.
other bullshit, we might as well recycle good shit too.
No, because
What if
then
it's
you make it
worse?
bad.
No,
There's a potential
I
chance of
think
making
that,
it
but I think
terrible.
that there is room for improvement.
Yeah, they made
And I know
a new Murphy
You
Brown.
don't need to-
I think they can make the
Close that.
Warriors.
Yeah.
They're coming back with new Frasier.
Why?
That I don't know if they need to do that.
Overrated.
Well, I think Kelsey Grammer needs the money.
Probably.
Understandable, but we don't need it.
Okay, that's
He
a
needs to
better
come back
theme.
as Beast.
What? Okay. Okay, remakes then. What remakes are overrated and which ones are underrated? Let's do that.
Shit. Off the top of my head, what's a remake of something?
Or if they were to make
the CGI Grinch.
Seinfeld. CGI Grinch versus OG is better.
OG.
Over
Yeah, the Jim Carrey
Jim
one's so
Carrey.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja
Charlie's
Turtles.
Angels.
That was overrated as fuck.
Did it need
Charlie's
to be
no,
remade?
not Charlie, not Ninja Turtles.
Ninja
Charlie's
Turtles.
Angels.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels.
Overrated as fuck.
Bad.
Which Ninja Turtles, like compared to the new
The
CG?
live action ones.
The
OG live
The
action
OG
versus the
ones
are way
CGI.
better.
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
ones are better.
OG.
The old ones were way better.
Yeah.
Sonic didn't need to be remade.
Oh yeah, that was.
Well,
Or didn't
Well, it
really
never
made
got made. It was
into a live
always just a
But it
video
didn't
game.
need to be made into live action.
wasn't there a Sonic cartoon though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had many cartoons.
Wasn't it a
Yeah.
cartoon?
a
And he
lot
has
of
actually a more recent
The
one.
cartoons were good.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a 3D cartoon that they have now that like my girlfriend's niece and nephew watch, and I was watching. I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
There's a cartoon right now.
Uh huh.
Ooh, I got one. Teen Titans.
Oh, bullshit. That's overrated.
The newer
as
one
fuck.
is
It's Boo Boo.
Boo Boo.
But that's also the thing is like we're not the audience for that shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's for little baby doo-doo heads.
But have you guys seen the Harley Quinn cartoon show?
Yes, I like that one.
It's hilarious.
I love
It's
that
completely rated R.
Yeah.
Like it's really gory, but it has like the cartoonish animation.
Yeah.
And it's really funny.
one. I like that show.
Mulan.
I haven't seen that one, but I don't want to see the live. I think any Disney live action remake of any of their movies suck.
Oh.
Overrated. Yeah.
Total
Super
Recall.
over.
Oh, what about Red Dawn versus the OG Red Dawn?
The
was
OG
way
Red
better.
Dawn was way better.
I mean, they're both
Same with,
not great
didn't
movies.
they remake RoboCop?
Oh yeah.
But
Same
the
with
OG Red
RoboCop.
Dawn is a classic,
Yeah.
Same with RoboCop.
like cult classic.
You can't- There's something you can't like redo. Oh, but it depends on how you do them though, because fucking Ash versus the Evil Dead series is really hilarious, and it's from the Evil Dead series,
Oh yeah.
Is that
and
like a continuation or remake?
it's a continuation.
Because I think continuations can be
And
okay.
actually, and they did a remake movie. It wasn't an exact remake, but it was actually really good. I liked how they did it with the story where, instead of the main story, like Ash's type character, the male protagonist, he's not the hero. His sister ends up being the hero in the newer one, and it actually worked out really well. And I like how they did it, and they still ended it in the same way where like the forest still like is the camera, and it's like going through the forest like the evil spirit, and it hits her at the end, so you don't know what happens. And I think they're making her like a playable character in the new Evil Dead video game that they're coming out with.
Well, Blade Runner had a pretty good continuation /
Yeah.
sequel.
Rollerball.
I did like that.
Did that have that was remade?
The one with LL Cool J was a remake
Oh.
Yeah.
of a 80s movie.
What about what is it?
Is it LL Cool
Death
J?
Race.
Oh god, that was
Death
bad.
Race?
They made like 4 of those, didn't they?
Yeah.
My dad
Why?
worked on the first one.
Really?
Or the first remake. Because it was originally like I think
that's
like a
not what
70s or like 80s movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Wasn't Jason Statham in it?
Yeah, he played the main character.
I saw the second one and I don't remember anything of it.
There was
I
a
went with
second
this guy,
Death
and
Race?
I
I
didn't
was
see.
like, why are we watching this? This is so bad.
I can't believe they made a second one.
They made many of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Magnificent.
What is it, like a straight to DVD?
What? Oh, I don't know.
Death
I
The
didn't-
Race?
second one was in theaters. I don't know about the other ones.
Magnificent Seven.
Definitely not. Did not need to be remade.
It's basically a
Overrated.
remake of Seven Samurai.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Trash.
Well, the Western,
not sure.
the original one that came out was good.
yeah.
I don't think it needed to be remade into a modern day one.
Oh yeah, it was a remake of an original, not original, but of a western that was a reimagining of Seven Samurai.
I have
Yeah.
a good one. Kill Bill is a good reimagination of Lady Snowblood. And the same with The Departed is a reimagining of a Chinese movie
called Internal Affairs.
Yeah, Internal Affairs. Those
Oh,
are also two
yeah.
good ones. Those I can.
Those were
respect.
good. I like that.
Yeah, as far as like reimaginings.
What about? Did you guys ever see the original Italian Job?
I did.
Yeah.
With who?
I don't know.
I actually
when year did it
really
come out?
enjoyed the Mark.
Well,
Mark
the one that
Wahlberg
the Mark Wahlberg one was 2003.
Yeah.
The original Italian Job,
believe it.
because I haven't even seen the original Italian Job.
Me neither. I didn't know there was an original.
It's good. I like the new one.
Yeah, it's just like different types of storytelling
1969.
because it's just an older movie.
Yeah,
But for the
same
time, it
with-
was really good.
with Ocean's 11
Yeah.
because that's a remake too. But I actually enjoy the.
Same with
Oh,
First
didn't
one.
they try to reboot that like whole
Ocean's
thing
8
with all the women?
Yeah.
yeah.
My aunt
There's
likes
like
that movie.
I haven't seen
same
it, so I'm not sure.
thing with Death Wish, and then also was it The Mechanic? Those are remakes of like Charles Bronson like movies. And they didn't need to remake them. And then also with any like Steve McQueen movie they try to remake, it's like no, they did it really well back then. Like as far as like driving scenes and action sequences.
What about also a reimagining of, and told in a different way, but stories of the Brothers Grimm?
That movie definitely needed to be redone. That movie was horrible.
I didn't finish it. It was bad.
That movie was really bad.
Brothers Grimm.
Oh, that was bad. That was what Matt Damon and
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
That movie was dookie, dude. Oh man, I remember when I saw that. Immediately, like 20 minutes in, I was like, "Hey, I don't like this at all."
What the hell is going on?
Oh no, what the fuck? And I did not like how it worked to be a werewolf in that. You could just wear a coat. Fuck off.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
And Reddit.
Reddit.
You guys ready for some?
Am I the asshole for not liking Brothers Grimm? My opinion is no.
No. Oh, nice segue.
The
because-
Chronicles of Zach's Reddit.
That sounds so dirty. Well, speaking of assholes, or if they are or aren't.
You're on the Gone Wild page?
What? Okay.
Talking about assholes.
I'm starting this. I'm starting this. This is
Sharpie's Gone
ridiculous.
Wild.
Oh, hello. All right. Let's see if you guys. I don't know. We'll find out what you guys think. Okay. Let's see. Am I the asshole for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying? The past couple months, my wife has been complaining about our cats. She's been claiming that the cats wake her up constantly and that she's frustrated every night that she has to get up and open the door for the cats, or the cats keep making noises, or the cat keeps jumping on her. It got to the point where she started saying that she wants me to get rid of them. I told her I've never seen or heard any of this, but she claims I sleep through it all. She kept telling me she was getting less and less sleep and kept acting aggressive, blaming lack of sleep from the cats, and that if I didn't get rid of them, she'd leave me. I legitimately started considering giving the cats to my sister until I noticed something. One morning, she claimed she had gotten up multiple times throughout the night to help the cats. She listed a bunch of times. That doesn't make sense. I thought it was weird because I'd been up until 4 a.m. and she claimed that she got up at 1 a.m. to open the door for them and a few times around 3 a.m. because they were meowing and jumping on her. I was in the bedroom the entire time while she slept, and I know none of that happened. Things weren't adding up, so I decided to run a test. I waited until she said she was going to bed. Then I let the cats out of our bedroom, lowered my phone brightness, and faked going to sleep. I just laid there in bed for the entire night, bored, but I definitely didn't fall asleep. I made sure to make timestamps every 30 minutes on my phone through Discord just to be sure. I marked down every noise my cats made. One cat had jumped down from something and made a little sound at 3:18 a.m. And one ate food relatively quietly by the bedroom door at 4:57 a.m. Other than that, nothing happened. Sure enough, my wife slept from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m., and that morning she claimed she had woken up at least 7 times to open the doors and from cat noises and cats jumping on her. At this point, I was pissed because she was clearly lying to me. I was exhausted and fed up with the lies, so I just bluntly called her out on it. I told her, "That's funny. I stayed up all night to monitor the cats, and they weren't even in the room at all last night. I have timestamps and everything. So you've been lying to me and trying to convince me to get rid of my cats? Why?" She just sat there quietly, shaking and looking pissed, then got up and left without answering. She came back hours later and ignored me whenever I talked, and when I asked her how I'm the bad guy in this situation, she finally said that I was treating her like a child by lying about sleeping and staying up all night just to see if she was lying or not, and that making timestamps and everything as if I was an investigator was going too far and makes me an obsessive asshole. I did it because she was threatening to make me get rid of my cats or she'd leave me, and her claims didn't add up. So am I the asshole?
No.
There's an update after.
Throw out the whole girlfriend. Gross.
That's a
That's a
wife.
wife.
That's a wife. First of all, why would you get married with somebody who doesn't like animals if you're an animal person? That's the first red flag.
Well, they probably... It sounds like they're being passive-aggressive in this way because they're pretending like they were.
Just get earplugs like the rest of us. I mean, I'm
Will
a
she
light
even wake
sleeper.
up? She slept for fucking 10 hours.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Was she clear? It's not that she's actually being... like
She wants to get rid of those
disturbed by
fucking
the cats. She just
cats.
wants to get rid of them for whatever reason.
She's
And I always think it's so funky whenever people do that thing where you started with doing something dishonest, but then when somebody calls you out on it by doing like investigating or checking,
It's such an invasion of my privacy. I can't
Yeah.
believe you're calling me out
like,
on my
oh my
shit.
god, you took it too far to like find out the truth.
You're such an
You piece of
investigative
shit.
asshole. I can't believe you. I can't believe you're calling me out on my lies.
This is just like you.
You're treating me like a child for making sure I was lying. Or making sure I was telling the truth and finding out that I was lying.
I just want you to put down your fucking
asshole.
cats. Is that so much to ask? Oh my god. You're looking into my shit? You gonna sift through my shit now?
Well, I don't like that she left.
What?
She just didn't
She
say
just-
anything and then just walked out.
Yeah, that's
and
a-
came back
stormed
hours
out.
That's-
later and ignored him.
You're treating me like a child. It's
And then
like you're acting like a child, dummy.
made him-
No, I'm not treating you like anything. You're acting like one.
Yeah.
Damn. Throw out the whole wife.
Update.
Update.
And I don't know if this is going to make sense to anybody because it doesn't make sense to me while I'm reading it.
Okay.
But update. And I don't know what this means, but we'll see if you guys do. My wife has been Baker acted, period. What does that mean?
Baker acted?
Yeah. And he spelled Baker acted and he capitalized both. So it must be like, I'm assuming it's a mental thing or...
I know a lot of people when they're mentally unstable do a lot of baking, but I don't know if that's related to that.
Yeah, I'm going to look this up.
I have no idea what that term means.
Wait,
Baker acted.
Does it kind of get explained in the rest of his...
Does it get
Are there
explained in the
context
comments?
clues?
Yeah. Sometimes comments will explain what that means because,
No, it doesn't say what that means because he goes into this whole thing, but I'll read it after. The Baker Act. Oh, it's what? This makes no sense. How to Baker Act someone. 14 steps. The Baker Act. To Baker Act someone means that you initiate the process for an involuntary and emergency psychiatric examination of a person with a mental illness at a Florida hospital or crisis unit. Why is it specifically Florida? This refers to a specific Florida law, and it only applies to proceedings within the state of Florida. Other states have their own rules and proceedings concerning involuntary psychiatric care. So, update, my wife has been Baker acted. She did not hurt herself, just said something concerning in public. I got a call from the hospital this morning asking me to head over for some family therapy. Apparently, she finally wanted to talk. I'll be honest, I'm pretty pissed at the reason why she's been so hateful towards my cats. It's absolutely asinine. It's nothing that anyone had suggested. She's not cheating. She's not sick physically or mentally. She's not bored of the relationship and looking for an out. According to her, one of the cats stepped on her laptop and ruined a story she was writing. She's hated both cats ever since. I mean, that sucks, but it's not worth lying, or it's not worth trying to emotionally blackmail me into getting rid of them. I asked her why she didn't just tell me the truth and why she'd been lying and refused to talk about it when I asked. Her answer was, because you wouldn't have gotten rid of them otherwise, and explained that when she saw I wasn't willing to abandon them for her, she took offense and made it a goal to have me pick her over them. Sickening. Don't know why she actually admitted to it all. The woman with us, and I'm assuming they're still at the hospital or therapy or whatever. The woman with us asked me how I felt about all of it, and I just told the truth. I told her it was a nice run, but I'm probably going to want a divorce. I was asked why, and I told them. I've seen a new hateful, malicious side of her that I want nothing to do with. She was so set on getting rid of the cats over a fan fiction being ruined that she manipulated her husband. My wife started shouting at me that I've betrayed her and that I'm scum for choosing animals over her. At least cats don't give ultimatums like she gave. It sucks that she's been Baker acted and let me redo that. It sucks that she's been Baker acted and all I guess. That makes no sense. But it's for the best right now. She'll have time to process it all in a safe environment and hopefully come to terms with it. Bad husband, I know. I'm almost sure I'm going for a divorce. I'm very worried about having her in the same house as my cats. I want my cats safe. I don't want to worry about them being harmed or disappearing. Dude, this guy is weird. I guess I'll do what almost all of you suggested. Keep the cats, rehome the wife. Not how I wanted it to end, but life isn't always nice. And he goes on to clear some things up. If I may, I want to clear up some things from the original post. I did not stare at her all night. We have a mute TV with subtitles playing every night. I subtly watch TV while paying attention to the cat sounds. Okay, that's a little weird, don't you guys think? Because he said he was on his phone all night.
Well, I thought he said that he pretended to turn off his phone and to pretend that he was going to sleep.
No, he lowered the brightness down on his phone.
That was so he could keep the timestamps. But if they do that every night, then it's not kind of weird. If they just kind of go to sleep to a TV that's just on.
Well, no, I'm not saying like that's weird. I think it to me it kind of doesn't add up because originally he was like, "Oh, I just stayed on my phone all night." But whatever. So let me reread that. I did not stare at her all night. We have a mute TV with subtitles playing every night. I subtly watch TV while paying attention to the cat sounds. I'm not allowed to install cat doors, and she won't let me keep the doors open. Apartment rules. Why did I instantly assume she was lying? I'm unfamiliar with mental health / diseases. I know about some diseases, but ones that make you think your dreams happened? Tumors that make you see / hear / remember non-existent things? Sorry that I wasn't aware of those possibilities. So when someone tells me events happened when they literally didn't, I generally assume they're lying. Shame on me. If you want even more context / questions answered, simply go through my comment history. That was a weird post, to be honest with you, but that's so weird. Why do people like? Well, one, I want to know if she actually has like a mental health issue.
Yeah.
Do you guys think she has a mental health issue where, like he was explaining, like
That sounds like a personality
It does.
disorder.
Right?
Yeah, and PMS.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
They fucking ruined my fan fiction. I'm gonna kill these fucking cats.
It's alarming.
I just lost my train of thought. Thanks, Henry.
She's like, oh, you know, you're not going to believe me when I tell you that they messed up my fan fiction.
Well, no, I
That's
think
enough justification to get rid of them. So I'm going to construe this whole plan to say that they're totally ruining my sleep, making me aggressive, you know.
And
then you'll
gaslighting him and
yeah.
then making him to be the victim.
yeah. Yeah.
It's a weird.
Well, because it was
post.
a plan. It was a plan to make the cats.
Well,
the
she didn't want to
villain.
have a discussion about it. She
Yeah.
wanted what
Yeah.
she wanted. So that's why she did that rather than to tell him what happened and like, yo, can we find a solution to this? Because she decided, I want them out. She's not going to get rid of them if we try to have like an actual
It's called get
discussion.
a water bottle and spray them every time they get close to your laptop or your computer. Like, come on now.
Well, I don't know. I think she deliberately knew what she was doing because when he called her out on it, she didn't say shit and just walked out and walked away.
Yeah, well, I mean, because she knew she was in the wrong and that there was no. I mean, but then I think I do feel though that she does deserve some points for coming completely clean.
Yeah.
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 Because based on her previous actions, I would have assumed that would have been somebody who would have just died with the fucking lie.
Yeah.
But the fact that she came completely clean, I don't know. I mean, I understand your concern because I can understand it both ways. Like, if somebody was noble enough to like, oh, can we try to go to marital therapy? Can this be fixed in marital therapy? I would think that that's a fair way to handle it. Somebody who just wants to give up, it's not noble, but I get that too.
Well, it just doesn't seem like they're compatible because she hates the cats and he's not willing to give up his.
Well, I think the alarming thing, and I mean, that's why I
Baker Act.
understand. It's like that for somebody to go that far and be that dishonest.
Yeah. For a while, right? It seemed like it was going on for a couple weeks or something.
Yeah, the way that he also made it seem was that, like, if she did have any, like, pre-existing, like, mental health issues or anything like that, he didn't know about them. And that he instantly went to, like, oh, she's lying to me. So I don't know how long this marriage has lasted or how young they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're relatively young and that, like, he's like, you know what? I don't really want to deal with this. Like, I didn't know about it. I'm sorry. But
that's also
it's like,
that's also kind of the other thing that I think
thing?
as a society, I don't 100% agree with, which is one, the notion that all of a sudden now that mental illness awareness is bigger, that all of a sudden all of us by default have to be scholars of all mental illness.
Yeah.
And like understanding how they operate, and then, oh, well, I shouldn't have done this to somebody who's bipolar, even though I didn't know that they were bipolar. I should have known they were bipolar and how to handle it, how to talk to them. Or I didn't know that this person is dealing with this type of anxiety or this type of depression or whatever. But I'm now obligated to have known just based on some of those comments like, oh, how come you assume that they were just lying and weren't suffering from mental illness? It's like, what the... Come on, like, who... I don't like how people dictate how people should have handled a specific situation outside of outside of pointing out not going towards like such a radical place. Like, it's like, oh, you should not have taken it to to a 10, but to like nitpick on like the granularities of the little things that they did, like not knowing that like I'm not allowed to get upset. At what point? What about me? Maybe I have a mental illness. You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I could be on the spectrum, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, in the same breath, it's all like, I think he handled it in a fair enough way where he's like, you know what, I feel like it's done. Like I'm out of it. Like he essentially was like, I don't have the tools or the capability or the patience to kind of maintain this relationship anymore in light of all this shit. And so like,
and also
I'm calling it quits.
This might be fucked up, but for everybody who tries to stand by the notion that that you're allowed to have a preference. So if you have a preference that your boyfriend should be above 6 foot or your girlfriend should be under 200 pounds, then some people could have a preference that their wife doesn't have some kind of mental disorder. It's fucked up as any of those other things are.
Yeah.
But you can't have one without the other, in my opinion. I think it's not a noble feat or a noble gesture, but it's fair to not want to be with somebody who has a mental disability, I guess. It's fucked up.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's the same way that some people probably don't, like, not a lot of people are lining up for burn victims or people in wheelchairs. Yeah. Is it very beautiful and nice when somebody can look past that? Yes. But it's not the commonality, and it's easy for you to be married to somebody that looks like Brad Pitt's cousin and tell everybody, like, oh, but you should love the person for who they are on the inside.
Yeah, they'd be, like, staring at you down the street going, oh, wow. Look at Alex. He's dating Wendy Wheelchair. Good for him. Wow, what a lovely couple.
Well, I hope that's her actual last name and not...
That's from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Oh, he like dated like 2 different like good-looking women in wheelchairs. And everyone's just like, "Oh, he's such a good guy."
I wonder what
he's just doing it for appearances.
I wonder what she said to get involuntary, an emergency psychiatric examination.
It must have been threat of suicide of some type, I think.
Yeah.
Because
or she probably said she wanted to hurt herself or something like that.
Or she said that she's going to hurt him, someone else, or maybe the cats.
Yeah,
that's why he was saying, like, yeah, I'm afraid to have my cats around her now, so...
Yeah, I don't... That's interesting, though.
I don't know. Also, another thing, and this might be very... they're taken negatively, but... As much as it sucks when somebody is maybe dealing with some kind of mental issue, they can still be really, really manipulative, and I've experienced it. And they bring a lot of drama. They can definitely bring a lot of drama to your life, and then cause you mental illness, where you're depressed or anxious or having all these issues. So I just don't quite stand by this kind of whole thing where for some reason we're all supposed to like carry them with kid gloves and walk around eggshells, and you're not allowed to let them know that what they're doing is hurting you or hurting people around you, and you have to have some kind of like over the top understanding of like what they're going through or whatever. But then they're like, regardless of how nice you try to be or how patient you try to be, like for a lot of people that just like starts to internally destroy you. And I've experienced, and I know
sometimes you just add fuel to the fire too when you try to handle somebody like that, and you just end up creating even more of a monster because you're excusing their behavior.
Well, yeah, I've seen, the enabling of that makes it way worse, and I've seen that firsthand. I'm not going to say who, but I have seen it firsthand, and the whole situation engulfed my entire family from a person who was not even part of my family.
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. Alex condones grabbing a bitch and then shaking her. Just shaking a bitch.
You can't add stuff like that.
You throw her out of the house and you shake her up. Get it together.
You can't
get it together.
Do that, Henry.
Yeah.
That is very not good. If we were a bigger podcast, you would be creating some of the most incriminating sound bites for people to make us out to be monsters.
And
Man, you
Just
do a
saying.
lot of shaking stuff. You say a lot of shaking stuff when it comes to children and women. You also do talk about older people touching younger people's thighs.
I do that. Talk about poop a lot.
Yeah, crawling down the back. We know the bane of Zach's existence, penis talk.
I didn't mention dicks today.
Yeah.
Strike. And
You brought it up.
I didn't say anything about dicks. I said penis. And because the term dicks just sounds bigger than penis. And then
Not
all right.
schlong.
It has long in the word. Ah, man. And we're done. See, he's about to cry. All right. So thanks for you're not the. Next week our Reddit question is going to be, am I the asshole that I don't want my friends to talk about penises when we're doing a podcast? So I'm just joking.
Hey, that's where all human life starts.
Am I the asshole that I made fun of my friend about the penis stuff?
Tune in next episode where we talk more schlongs and dongs.
We make Zach
And bongs.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, let's just piss Zach off.
We'll talk about Dookie.
Let's really grind his gears.
Am I the asshole for grinding Zach's gills into a fine metal sand?
Use that sand you put in an hourglass.
Yeah,
And then that's whenever one's out, that's when his gears are really grinding.
yeah, it's that metal sand that you put into one of those things that you use magnetics to make it look like a guy has hair.
Why? What's
And a mustache.
Why the baby?
The woolly
Excellent.
whaley or woolly
Woolly Willy?
willy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I started the baby.
Yeah, I don't know. That was so weird.
Bye, Odd Squad. We'll see you next
Like,
time.
subscribe,
Peace
share,
Share. Oh, that wasn't a baby voice. That was like a Bostoner.
share.
Share. Comment and
You go ahead and you
subscribe.
share our fucking shit. You know, it'd be wicked awesome of you if you did.
Wicked awesome. Oh, maybe Bostoners are a step away from baby voice.
Perhaps.
Kinda, sorta. What of it?
What of it? Can I do the baby one a bottle? All right.
All right.
See
Peace
you
out.
guys next time.
Nice.
Oh, here's a highlight, and I'm even gonna put the video up. Henry hitting this front flip. Boing.
Boy,
Boing. Okay.
I do that.
Yeah, he done did it. He do
He
it.
done did it.
What's another clip you could put up? Oh, me getting hit in the head with a plate.
Oh yeah, that's stunt action. Choking Jensen.
Doing.
Doink.
Doing.
Doing.
Taking a fake bottle to the dome.
Doing.
Doing. Flipping John.
doing.
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 I guess that's our new thing, huh? Doing.
When we say doing, that's when we're gonna pop a clip up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically to symbolize a life boner. Right? That's what we're going with?
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
I'm into it.
Whatever.
All right. So